Hey everyone, it's Kelsey at Boston After School and Beyond. This video is going to show you how to access the program level attendance report for use in exploring attendance trends in your program. Alright, so before we access the report itself, I'm actually going to access the site that I want to see a specific attendance trend for just by clicking into that site after logging in. The program level attendance report is accessible via the Custom Reports tab on right next to your site information page. There are a variety of other reports on this Custom Reports tab that you're absolutely welcome to check out, and we will have tutorials on some of these in other videos, but we're going to focus on this program level attendance report, single site. So the next page is going to ask you to choose a site that you're interested in seeing the attendance for, and then it's also going to ask you to input a date range that you're interested in seeing. So I am going to input beginning of September to the end of October. And I can also decide how I want the data to come out. It can be in a PDF, so I can just get a snapshot, check it out. It can also come out in an Excel file, so if I wanted to play around with the data a little bit or organize it in a different way, I can do so using that file. I'm going to generate a PDF for this tutorial. It's just going to pop up. So in this program attendance level report, you will have your first page is just an overall view of your attendance. So you'll be able to see how many students you've served so far and how many days you have scheduled in that time, as well as your average attendance rate. You can tell mine's pretty low, and you'll see why in a minute. Dropout rate, which is basically students who only attended between 1 and 5 days of the program, and then no-show rate, which is students who did enroll but did not attend any days of programming. If you have multiple activities or programs listed at the site level or under the site, you will be able to see students served and hours scheduled and attendance rate by program or activity. The next page is going to show you a by date attendance sheet. So my program started on the 12th, and you can see that until the 3rd, I have a pretty solid attendance rate of around 80. But then, of course, it plummets to 0 because I haven't tracked attendance yet from October 5th. So this is a really good way for you to see where there are gaps in tracking the attendance. It might also show you where you have days, like for example, October 10th might be in here, but if I don't have programming that day, I might have that as 0 attendance and can go and delete that day. Or for whatever reason, it just shows you where the zeros are so you can go and address that. This is also really interesting as you go through the program. This report is updated in real time. So if I updated the attendance through the 31st, the next day I'll be able to see the line trend of my attendance through the 31st. So this is a really good snapshot of programming over time, and I can see where there are issues and try and figure them out. There's also going to be an overall attendance table by date, so you'll be able to see outlined what the average rate of attendance is by day. And then finally, an average rate of attendance by student. So being able to see which students have really low attendance, and then maybe figuring out how to re-engage those students in the program or try and understand why they're not attending as much. You also have access to their specific attendance information. So that's the program level attendance report, and again, it's accessible via the Custom Reports tab in the site level. You also have access to a version if you are a user that has access to multiple sites in the database. You'll also have access to a multiple site version of this report via the Custom Reports tab on the site list page. Now, when you're accessing the multiple site version of this report, you'll be able to choose which sites you're interested in seeing. And again, you're accessing or inputting the date range and just selecting the file format that you'd like to use. If you have any questions about the program level attendance report or have interest in seeing some other reports in our reports tab, feel free to reach out to us at yshelp@bostonbeyond.org. Thanks.